All right, guys, welcome to another fabulous, tongue-tying, energetic episode of Fan Faces. It's our best episode to date, just so you know. Thank you to everybody listening. Shouts out to the people in Seattle, Africa, the continent of Africa, Sierra Leone, and all the English-speaking parts of the world. If you can understand me, thank you. And Asia, thank you.
Thank you.
English-speaking parts.
Thank you.
Europe, thank you.
Thank you.
And to all the fine ones out
Anybody
there.
in Antarctica?
Anybody in Antarctica, thank you. Come on down, baby. So I am Amadou the Great. But before we go even further, wrestling season is in full effect. It's a niche sport around the world, but it's in full effect. Shouts out to a club in upstate New York, Mongoose Elite. If you want your kids to make it to the NCAA someday and the World Championship someday and the Olympics someday, Coach Mike McAnally is your man. He's technically sound. He's one of the greatest teachers you can ask for as far as wrestling goes, and it's a season. And most of us wrestlers out there you get the bug when the season comes around and you want to just be out there on the mat again. But for those of you starting out in the youth level, Mongoose Elite, upstate New York, one of the best wrestling clubs out there. Get your kids in there. Get your kids in the room with Coach Mike McAnally, one of the best to ever do it, and that will do it. He's a great teacher. All right, Andrew.
What's up?
What's happening in this world?
Well, last night was the World Series.
It started? Okay.
Game one. I think last time we did the show, I had as I knocked my Florida Marlins gnome.
Who's in it?
Bam.
Who's in the World Series for those that don't know?
Arizona Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers.
Not in a million years.
It is a true Western showdown between those two states. So it's going to be awesome. Anyways, Adolis Garcia hit a home run in the bottom of the 11th inning to cap off a huge comeback for the Rangers in game one in front of their hometown, or the home crowd, I should say. And the place went nuts. And it was awesome. It was a great first game. They were actually down 5-3 in the bottom of the ninth. Corey Seager hits a home run with the man on to tie the game up to send it to extra innings. And that place went to a frenzy. So, lifelong Ranger fan right here.
Are you?
I was in Dallas last Christmas visiting my friend, and
you feel a connection.
I feel the connection to Dallas now, visiting him, and of course I'm rooting for them because he lives right in downtown Dallas, and it's just it's a fun atmosphere. So I want to see the boy enjoy his life, and no better time than when a city is just feeling alive, and nothing like it, like when your sports team is winning. So even though he's not technically a Rangers fan, he's a New York Yankees fan. But when in Rome, as they say, enjoy. So put on your Ranger hat and have some fun. So I'm rooting for the Rangers for my buddy Dwight. Shout out to Dwight. And I hope your city wins so you can see a nice big parade and everybody's in a good mood. And the beer and the liquor will be flowing if that happens, and the barbecue.
Nice. They say everything is big in Texas. Instead of you get a pint, you get a gallon.
There's a when we were in Arlington, because I was checking out the Cowboy Stadium and the Texas Rangers, and had some lunch over at Texas Live, which is a really cool facility right next to the ballpark. So anyway, we also went to this place called I think it's Whataburger.
Yeah, it's pretty big out in the West Coast.
So he's like, you got to get something out there, and this is
in the Southwest and South.
So I was like, okay. So usually when I hit these fast food joints, like this was last year, I would order enough for like 2 people, and he would go.
You sure can put it away, Andrew.
Yeah. I'm not so much anymore, but at the time, could. So, but I remember thinking to myself, oh man, well I'll get a burger and I'll get like a chicken sandwich and some. And he goes, no, man, just order just a burger and fries and a drink and you're good. I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, that's not going to be enough. So they bring it out, and legit, that burger and fries was enough for me. I was like, man, this fast food place is huge. Like the quality of food,
the amount of food,
quality and quantity was up. I was like, this is good.
Hey, that's why they call it What a Burger.
Yeah,
oh my God, what a burger.
I remember I was in In-N-Out when I was in Los Angeles. That was pretty good too. But no, What a Burger was good. Definitely would hit that back. Texas. I mean, Dallas has some good food. What can I say, man? They got some good food. So, game 2 is tonight. I have the night off, so I'm gonna relax and make some good food tonight and watch the Rangers and message my buddy. We'll go back and forth while we're watching the game. So it'll be fun.
Man, you guys could even do FaceTime the whole game.
I'm not doing no FaceTime during a football game or a baseball game. I'm not doing that.
Why not? The game is slow enough for you to do that.
No, I'm not.
Live in the moment. Do the moment. All right. If you're not for that, that's all right.
I like the text. I'd rather text. Not FaceTime. We don't need FaceTime.
Okay. He doesn't need to see. You don't need to. Got it.
He knows what I look like.
Well, that's not why you do FaceTime, but sure. You do FaceTime to feel like the person's near you.
A real quick shout out to my cousins. I'm wearing a Florida Gators polo today. They're playing in the greatest, they call it is it cocktail party? Football game between the Florida Gators and the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh,
and they meet up every year in Jacksonville, Florida, neutral site. And it is a huge, huge event. I've never been. When my cousins were going there, they did ask me to come out and meet them in Jacksonville, which I never did, which big regret. I wanted to experience it at least one time. So I'm rooting for them, even though I don't have a dog in the fight. I only somewhat care about the Gators just because of my family all went there.
Your family connections. Maintaining with the college line of football, college football. Did you hear about Michigan and the sign stealing?
I did. Don't care.
Not a bit.
Not even a little bit.
Why don't you care?
I don't know, a little bit.
Why don't you care?
Because everybody cheats in college. Everybody cheats in the pros. Like literally everybody. There is a great website. I don't know if it still exists today.
Of course it exists.
It was called yourteamcheats.com, and it was such a good website. They went to historical facts of like what every team has done. And it's just like
to gain the edge.
To gain an edge. And it's like, dude, sign stealing, it's like in baseball. It's like, dude, if you're able to figure out what signs they're using, do it. Be careful.
Well, it's not a big deal per se, but it is a big deal at the fact that you have previous knowledge of what the other team is trying to do. And that kind of can negate the other team's savvy.
So what?
When it comes to playing a game.
Okay, so you're watching film. That gives you an advantage if you can really figure that out. Plus, if you're able to kind of figure things out and decode what their signs are, have at it, man. Be more careful about what you do with your signs.
So you don't feel that the Michigan Wolverines should be punished?
No.
In this, okay.
Not even a little bit.
All right.
No, screw it. Like what? Dude, Michigan sucks anyway. Like
no, Michigan does not suck.
Garbage.
They don't suck. They're top two. They're top two.
Don't care. They're
top two in the nation.
This is like my entire life. All I hear about is how great Michigan is. I mean, they're really they're one of the top. Ann Arbor's a great town, awesome stadium, awesome fans. The team has won one national championship. That was in '97, and prior to that, I should bring out my phone on this one. I think it was in the '40s last time they won a championship. Right. So you're talking. Give me 1 second as I'm looking this up.
No problem.
It's okay. So 1948. So they have 11 claimed national championships. The first one was in 1901. It's awesome, right? So then 1947, 1948, and then 1997. So in the past 75 years, they've won one national championship. So good. Congratulations on all your Big Ten championships, your 10-win seasons, your Rose Bowl appearances. You've won one national championship. Clemson has more national championships than you do since 1950.
Recently.
Yeah, Clemson has 3? 1981. Then they won in 2000.
They won with Deshaun and they won with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, so it's 3 total.
Yeah.
Michigan's won 1.
Michigan's
and we still hold them up as if they're like the greatest thing in since sliced bread.
Well, no,
they need to steal the signs because they need to win another championship.
Andrew, they've been consistent throughout those years, though.
You're right, but they're not winning. They're not winning the title.
Clemson may not hold the record of having 10 straight win seasons for
I'd rather
30+ years.
That's like the Atlanta Braves winning 15 straight division titles. From like 1991 to 2005, whatever it was. And then they have one world championship to show for it. Or you could be the Florida Marlins, who won no division titles, but yet have 2 World Series championships, 1997, 2003. I would rather have that. You can have your dumb division titles.
You rather win it all than play around.
Yeah, because you're there to win it all.
Yeah,
you got 2 championship rings. The Marlins have done nothing. They've been garbage. And I mean, believe me, I was there for all those summers. Garbage. But they have 2 championships. The Braves had that 1.
Well, you know.
Good job, Michigan, but you don't win titles. You don't win the title that matters.
This is Michigan's year. Per all the pundits, even per me.
They're going to lose it.
This is their year to win it. So
that's what I'm saying. Like if
all the chips fall as they may.
If there's such a big brand, you would think the NCAA would like try to cover this up, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, I mean there's such a big brand. That's why it's been talked about so much because of such a big brand. If it was just a Division II college somewhere in Nebraska, who cares? You and I wouldn't be talking about it.
Nebraska used to be a big brand.
Nebraska is
huge brand. They won 3 championships in the 90s.
Nebraska is not trash Nebraska, but who cares? Michigan, a big brand. They've been a big brand for a while. That's how come it's making national headlines. That's how come it's a big deal.
Well, top tier school. It's a great university. Yeah. Awesome town. Cool fans. It's a really cool part of America located. You don't win championships though. You don't win national championships.
All right.
That's it. Anyway, go. I'm done with my rant on that one. So go ahead.
That's all right. We got some NBA talk. Not too much, but the season's in full effect. It's not in full effect. It just started, and we're seeing already the top tier teams that are coming along, and also there's a middle of the season tournament coming this year in November. Yeah. So if you play well, you get to win a decent prizes like getting a top tier draft pick.
Is that what that is? What is at stake?
I will have to find out and get back to the people about it. But so far,
you can just Google it.
Well, no, they can Google it, but your favorite sports talk guys will bring that information to you, and you'd appreciate us, and you get in the conversation with us.
All right, get in the conversation.
It's interesting. It's an interesting topic. They're doing it European style as far as soccer goes, mid-season tournaments and different tournaments throughout the season in Europe. The European Cup, they have the they have the Spanish tournament. They have a European tournament. They have different in-season tournaments. So they're trying to get the fans' attention in the 82-game season, get the mid-season, and see.
It's way too long.
Get people's engagement.
82 games is so long.
Get people's engagement in it. So that's very nice for the NBA. And so far, the what's it called? The 2 games that I watched. I watched Phoenix against Golden State, and then I watched I watched another game. I don't remember, but Phoenix is looking good, and Golden State's looking decent as well. All those teams they're coming out to ball.
2 games.
Well,
who cares?
No, it's 2 games, but you want when it's first team versus first team, like Kevin Durant versus Steph. Devin Booker, Clay, you have marquee stars in the game, and you want to show this is our first game in the season. We want to let them know that.
And I'm glad they're playing too. I'm glad the marquee stars are playing.
Yeah, the marquee stars want to show that we're no slouches. We're here. We're ready to play.
Right.
And also Chris, what's it called?
What's up?
Chris. Well, Chris. That got released. He got released by Phoenix, and then Chris Paul got traded to Golden State, and also that's a statement game. Like, hey, I'm still not done. I'm still not done yet. So it's a good game. It's a good first game for the season. So I enjoy that, and also I mean it may engage me more. The mid-season tournament will engage me more because I know teams have to come to play and be ready to play and show out. So that's interesting for me as a casual NBA fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with that. So let's and Wemby's playing and he's doing all these acrobatics and he doesn't look like he's pretty flexible.
What about Chet Holmgren?
Chet Holmgren.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched him play yet, but Wemby he's hitting some crispy shots.
He's a big boy. He's gonna be hard to guard.
No, he's a big boy. He can shoot outside and he can also go inside. The other day he took a layup, a lob from one of his teammates and dunked it.
Okay.
In the same zone. So Can't wait to see what the future holds for him. Let's see how it goes.
I hope he stays healthy, man. That's all I care about.
Well, staying healthy.
Don't be like Greg Oden. Poor guy. God bless him.
You got to do plyometrics, man. Stay healthy. Stay flexible when you're that tall. Stay flexible. Man. He can do a split.
Greg Oden should have brought Portland 15 championships. Never happened.
Well, Greg Oden was already an old man before he stepped out on that court. He looked like somebody's grandpa. For those of you who know Greg Oden, awesome. If you don't know him, look him up. He looked like somebody's grandpa at age 19.
He's huge. He's so big.
He's tall as hell and looks like somebody's grandpa. But onto the NFL. Yeah.
The Bills barely beat the Buccaneers on Thursday night.
Well, the Bills.
They're so underachieving.
No. Here's what I liked about the Bills' play. The ball was spread out to different people.
They only put up 24 points.
No. They got them involved. The Buccaneers gave the Bills their best, but they got other players involved. So when the opportunity and moment arises that I need to count on you, I can count on you instead of 15 targets just to find Diggs, 20 targets just to find Diggs. Instead of that crap, get Dalton.
Spread it out.
Get Dalton Kincaid invested. Get Shakir invested. Get Cook invested. Get all of them invested for that moment. When the occasion arises, they rise to the occasion. Instead of, I need you in this 3rd and 10, and I'm going to throw the ball to you, and you haven't had a target all game. And of course, the ball bounces off your hands. Ooh, your fault. You stink. Yes, you're a professional, but get me involved early. You get me involved early when you need me in the moment of in the crunch time, in the moment of pressure. I'll show up for you big because I'm used to it. I'm in the rhythm of the game. The game's flowing. I'm flowing. That's how I see it, anyways. So that is the beginning to having a complete offense, which is good. No, they didn't do too much. They didn't do too well in the second half, but they came out. They got everybody involved offensively, which is great. Yes, it's a football game. A couple of things are going to happen that the fans won't be happy about. But the involvement that started out in the first half, take it to the second half, take it to the second half, take it to the third quarter, fourth quarter. No. It's big as far as teams go. It's not Stephon Diggs for 100 targets, catches 20, get 100 yards and a touchdown. That's goofy.
Got it.
That's how I see it. Yes, the defense is a little bit decimated. We're not giving them credit for that.
It's a long season.
It's a long seseason. The Matt Milanos that they counted on are hurt. The other players that they what's it called? Von Miller. Von Miller's fresh off an injury. He's trying to get his feet back underneath him. But as the season carries on, the Bills will be okay. I feel like
as long as they stay healthy, man, get ready for the playoffs.
Well, as long as those players come back that are on injury reserve, as long as they come back at the right time, positioned at the right time. Because the healthiest teams win the NFL championships.
It's true.
The healthiest teams. Every year, the healthiest team that goes into the playoffs win the championships.
Sure.
So you need everybody to stay upright, get everybody involved.
Sure.
That's my 2 cents on that. Sure. Blaming it on Ken Dorsey, that's great, but not really.
Dorsey, man.
It's not Ken. Ken can call it the plays, but the offense needs to execute. Everybody needs to be it. Football is such a precise sport. For those of you that are novices, football is such a precise sport that if you don't do it just right, things don't happen. If you don't lob the ball when you're supposed to, if you don't throw a bullet pass when you're supposed to, things don't happen as they should.
Game of inches, man.
It's a game of inches and game of precision. So keep that in mind. So that's why it's good to get everybody involved early. So when you need them, they could come for you. They could show for you often. Get them involved early so they could show for you often.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's that for football. Let's get on to some popular topics. We got celebrities writing books. Whitney Spears wrote a book.
Good.
We got Jada Pinkett. I can't call us Jada Pinkett Smith anymore. She wrote a book.
Why can't you call it Smith anymore?
Because her and Will Smith legally have not been married since 2016.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, she said it all. She wrote it all out in her book.
Oh, so no one knows that other than the book.
No. People do know that now, but they hadn't been legally married. Even during that slap, she said she was shocked, taken aback at the fact that Will said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth," because he hadn't called me that, and we hadn't been husband and wife since 2016. But this all brings me back to the point.
Did they get separated or divorced?
No, they've been divorced because
So they're legally divorced?
I believe so, because I believe they're legally divorced, but it was just kept under wraps. So that whole red table talk red table talk that they had about the entanglement was all
yeah.
a sham and was for publicity.
God, why do they want to be in the public eye all the fucking time?
Not they, it's Jada.
Why does
Irrelevant
she care
Jada.
about all this
Because
attention?
Will Smith,
Fucking
he's so charismatic that he does a little commercial. People are all over it. Will Smith has been irrelevant. He doesn't do much anymore, but he did movies here and there. He's been irrelevant. Jada's the one that...
He's one of the most popular actors in the entire world.
He is, but he's...
Easy top 10.
He's married to a woman that needs that validation. So she keeps putting out nuggets out there, things out there to just destroy that man's existence.
Jesus.
But Will Smith...
Horrible.
Will Smith keeps coming back to her and being by her side, all in the name of all in the name of togetherness, which is really goofy. Well, it's time for you to really. You're probably. It feels like you're in Jada's cult.
How old is Will Smith now?
Will Smith's 50 something. 50
Is he
something.
in his 50s? He's got to be in his 50s.
No, he's definitely in his 50s.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Will, I love you. I'm a fan. But you're blinded by Jada's love. I don't know.
55 years old. He's still young, man. Good looking guy, man. He's like, he doesn't age either. Him and Tom Cruise.
No, they do age. They just got money. Remember that?
Oh, that was so funny.
Remember that meme that's going around social media?
What was it? Like, no one's poor.
You're not ugly. You're just poor.
Yeah, I remember.
That's for Will Smith.
That
Will
was
Smith.
So funny.
Will Smith is not. He's not. He's old, but he has money, so that could combat.
Yeah.
You know,
and then eventually you are going to get too old where no money's going to be able to fix it.
Well, this day and age,
it's going to happen.
This day and age, though, you could always do what you. Tom Cruise, I'm sure he's
starting to look old. Man.
He pays somebody to color his hair and get it just right, because you can't be almost 60 and not have any craze.
Oh, for sure.
So they're existing there, but Will Smith, they're both doing their thing.
Dude, dude, if I grow my beard out, I definitely get the grays. I would never. I'm not coloring that in. Dude, there's nothing wrong with a little salt and pepper, man.
That's right, man. Some ladies love the salt and pepper. That. Holla at Andrew, man, if you love the salt and pepper.
All right.
George Clooney Jr.
Yeah, right. Hey, he's got Greek blood in him too.
There you go.
Shout out to the Greeks.
Love it. There you go. A little olive oil in his body, in his system.
Love it.
But so Jada wrote a book. She's seeking attention.
Is anybody buying it?
They said it flopped, but I didn't look into it.
They said it flopped?
Yeah, I didn't look into it. Because
it depends what the expectations are for it to call it a flop.
Well,
what were they expecting? You know.
Well, a New York, it involves Will Smith, so a New York Times bestseller would be.
That's what they're looking for.
That's what they'd be looking for.
Okay.
And if that's what you're looking for, and you don't get that, it's essentially a flop, because you have Will Smith in there. You got, which is a winning recipe for pretty much anything.
A winning recipe would be Will Smith writing his own book about himself. Not her writing about him.
No, she's writing about herself, and it involves Will Smith because they're married at one point in time. So
okay.
And then also, Whitney Spears wrote a book.
Now that would be interesting to read.
Well, she talked about Justin Timberlake. The big hubbub that's in the book.
Yeah.
Well, there's two things. She said she got an abortion for Justin because at the time he wasn't ready for a baby, and he was her first.
Yeah.
And then she said Justin was a culture vulture. He saw Genuine in New York City, and he's like, "Oh, whoa, Genuine, what's up, what up, homie? Genuine for cheers, whatever. Who cares?" She says he's culture appropriating, trying to be a black man, or trying to take a black culture.
He's bringing sexy back.
Well,
remember that song?
Yeah, he's bringing sexy back.
I think that offended Prince. I think when he heard that song, remember that?
Yes.
It like TikTok was like, "You're bringing sexy back? Really? You?" Prince is all pissed off.
Prince should be pissed off.
Sitting on his throne in Minnesota.
In Minnetonka, Minnesota. Yeah, Prince, God rest your soul, but it's not a big deal. It's just a song. It's a fun song.
Yeah.
I'm not against Justin. The only thing that I might be like, I'm against Justin in is the fact that, he took all these, he took Janet Jackson's top off
so weird.
at the Super Bowl, but nobody blamed him because it takes two to tango. She didn't take off her top herself.
Sure.
Justin took it off.
Sure.
Even though a malfunction happened, she should be going to Justin, not Janet, because she didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was a wardrobe malfunction. Let's treat it as that and keep it moving.
How's it a wardrobe malfunction, though? He literally grabbed her boob.
No. He grabbed a piece that was supposed to have shown, because the lyrics were, I could have you naked by the end of this song. So when he said that, he pulled
I know
the cap
so
off.
what was the malfunction?
There was a nipple ring
Uh-huh.
that showed a nipple.
Uh-huh.
That's a malfunction. The clothing.
But what
The clothing, the
but
material.
but he had every intention of ripping that off.
No, he had every intention of ripping that off, but not for a nipple to show. Her nipple. Her nipple
So
showed.
what was supposed to show?
Something else, not her nipple. Not
But
a
if she's
bare
wearing
breast.
a nipple ring, that means that
But she has something around her
she was
nipple that looks like a
anticipating
nipple
for it
ring.
to show.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's a Super Bowl. You're not like, yeah, let me get naked. This is not my private home. I'm not doing a S&M
I thought
scene.
she put the ring on because she was expecting it to show.
Oh, maybe.
She wanted to dress it up a little bit.
But Justin is doing what's best for Justin. Whitney, do what's best for you. You're a little cuckoo now.
Dude, see, this is what I don't understand. Everybody legit would be like Britney Spears if you were that famous at her age, with that amount of money and media attention and scrutiny and a slander that she got. Like when she was like 17 years old, dude, and everybody thinks legit like, oh, she's just crazy. It's like, dude, nobody could survive that. Everybody in a loony bin if you had Britney Spears' life at the age when she came out.
Well,
Fuck, dude, are you serious?
she had a bunch of yes men
she's
around
like
her.
17 years old, and she's got a bunch of grown men with cameras constantly following her every fucking time, every like part of the day, every day for 365 all year long, and you're supposed to come out normal. You're literally supposed to come out normal out of that, and everyone wants to bash her on that. That's I'm like legit. No, dude.
Yeah, she's supposed to come out normal on that. You know
Fuck
what?
no, dude.
Hold on. Here's why you're supposed to come out normal on that.
How?
Have a little self-awareness.
Dude, you can have as much self-awareness as you want. You can't stop the fact that you have grown men staring outside your window with cameras trying to get a picture of you all the time. You can be self-aware. Dude, you literally have to stay locked in your house
Andrew,
all the time.
That's the price you pay for wanting all the attention that you got. You
The
become
price you pay,
no. You become public property. She became public property because she skyrocketed to fame.
The fact that these like actors and musicians and like they're all part of public.
Yeah, they're public property.
Domain. No, you're
public
not.
domain. You are.
You're literally just getting paid to entertain. That's all you're doing.
You're getting paid to entertain, and now you're famous, and now you're sick.
Okay, so if you get paid for doing this,
yes.
right? If you get paid, are you public domain?
I am. I gotta watch myself now. I gotta carry myself. I gotta carry myself carefully now. I can't be that guy.
All the cameras are following. I'm gonna do the great next time you go to Sierra Leone.
I can't be. Listen, I can't be a douchebag. I can't run around here acting all like nothing has consequence. Everything will have consequence now, so I need to act accordingly. Free speech is free, but there's always something that comes. There's always a consequence.
All she did was she made music and went on tours, and everyone just followed her around all the time.
Well,
especially when you're like these grown ass dudes following her with a camera and she's like 17, 18 years. How effing creepy.
Let's settle this. There's people that have done what she did and came out the other side okay. It's just
like
her personality.
Like who is that famous that came out okay?
Justin Timberlake.
Dude, he is not as famous as Britney Spears.
Yes, he is.
He is way as famous.
Yes, he is. He's still relevant today, not for being crazy, just for being a normal guy.
No, he is very famous.
Okay.
He's done very well. Okay. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But you take the height of both of their careers. Britney Spears was way more famous than Justin Timberlake.
All right, well, she's a female. She was selling sex. It's a different
That's
lane.
irrelevant. The argument is who's more famous. Britney Spears is way more famous.
No, it's not who's more famous. It's who was famous that made it to the other end unscathed. They both, Justin did, Whitney didn't. That's our argument.
He didn't have her life, dude.
He was part of NSYNC, the biggest boy band for a time, and he was a front man in that.
Agreed. No, I'm not saying that. But
at the height, he was just as famous. And then Justin went back around, doubled back around, got the black audience as well. Whitney Spears didn't do that. Whitney Spears was strictly white, male, and young white females. That's it. Justin doubled back, got the white females, got the white males, whatever, and then got the black audience as well. So come on, bro.
I'm not saying he's definitely.
Come on, bro. Whitney, Justin, my boy. We outside, my boy.
Doesn't she sell out stadiums?
They all sold out stadiums. They all sold out.
Can Justin Timberlake buy himself?
I probably can.
I have to look this one up.
Next time we'll have the information for you. Right. But onto something even more funnier, right? Women and their lists of places that they wouldn't go on first dates. Okay. If you're not paying for it, and I invited you out, and I said I'll pay for it. Come on, shorty.
All right.
I don't like Applebee's, but the cheesecake, come on, baby. We going to the Cheesecake Factory.
What's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory?
No, it's a chain restaurant. I don't want to go there. That's what some women would say.
Okay. But isn't the point of a date to get to know each other?
For sure.
Isn't that the objective?
That's the ideal. That's the ideal objective.
Then if it could be a picnic, like what is the point, or what does it matter to you based on where you're going, right? Like if your objective is to get to know this person, who cares where it is? No,
it matters where you go.
I mean, if
you can't go to a movie theater on the first date because clearly you have to be quiet.
Yeah, that's
you can't go to a play because you have to be quiet there. But you could go to any place where you could socially gather and talk, and
it could be
get to know each other.
Like it just
it could be walking on the beach. It could be getting coffee.
Yeah, agreed.
It's okay.
Agreed.
Because the objective is to get to know each other. The objective is not how much money I can get this guy to spend on me, or how much money I could make it so that I feel like a princess. That's not the objective. The objective is, are we compatible? We're here to learn each other to see if we are capable to take the next step in our relationship.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, coffee shops are valid. Walks on the beach, valid. Hiking, valid.
Yeah.
If that's objective, if that's your true intention, if your true intention.
That's right. I coughed earlier. So
if your true intention is to get to know each other, you can go out in avenues where it's acceptable for you to chit chat, drink coffee, or drink soda. Right. It doesn't have to be $100 date. It doesn't have to be $1,000 date. It could just be, we're here to get to know each other. If to see if we're capable to take the next step, the next level in our relationship. So for all you women who are like, I don't want to go to a chain restaurant. I don't want to go to Burger King. I don't want to go to McDonald's. I don't want to go to a coffee shop. What are you, crazy? Hey, if you're coming in here and you're trying to go Dutch with me, we can go wherever you want to go.
I would say fast food is like the one thing you probably not, because you probably want, like if you're going to go to a restaurant, go somewhere where you have a waiter or waitress come up until you have time to order the food, look at the menu, things like that. Like fast food seems a little too rushed. So I would say like the fast food place.
Fast food's not too rushed. Here's why. You get your food quick, but you have a lot of time to talk. You don't. We'll agree to disagree because it's an opportunity for you. Literally, we're here to talk. We're here to get to know each other.
Right.
Why are we letting everything else?
Hey,
get
look,
in the way?
if both parties don't care and they're like, "Hey, man, I love Taco Bell."
Why are we letting everything else get in the way if our purpose, our main goal, is to get to know each other?
That's true. That is true.
Because if you're like, oh, now you're interacting with the waitress and the waiter, or the waitress, it's taking attention from you and I. We need attention between you and I. So, ladies, come on, man. If you're not paying for it and I'm taking you out, Cheesecake Factory. I don't like Applebee's. Personally, Applebee's not for me. But Cheesecake Factory, that's like a second date menu because that's good money. Good eating, good money. So that's like second date. That's like, oh, I kind of like you. I'm willing to spend a little bread on you. I'm not cheap, but you need to be economical in today's society. Being single is expensive out here, ladies. Understand that. And if you're trying to get a man to put your baggage on, you gotta come correct. Come correct and come understanding.
Right.
You can't be like, you need to treat me like a princess. You need to take me here, take me there, take me to a reservation only restaurant where we have waiters, we have a 10-course meal. None of that. You're crazy. You have to earn that right. Me just taking you out and getting to know you, I'm just getting to know you, and you're getting to know me. It's an opportunity. If you think I'm crazy, you never show up again. If I think you're crazy, I never show up again. Life goes on. But that's where I'm at, man. All right. Anything else, Andrew?
I guess that's it.
For today's episode, I am Amadou the Great. Sponsors, 19 Strings for the Harp. Catch it, check it out on Amazon. And also, Final Cuts Media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Check Final Cuts Media out on all those platforms. And also, check out the links when we post the podcast episodes on the Reels, on Instagram, Reels on Facebook, and TikTok Shorts.
Check them out.
Check on the TikTok clips. So check them out and get in tune with the episodes. And for Fan Faces episodes, you could catch them on all streaming platforms: Apple, iTunes, Spotify, The list goes on. Those are the three major ones, but the list goes on. You could catch us on all streaming platforms to listen to the audio if you don't have time to watch the video. But if you are bent on watching the video, looking at my lovely smile, Andrew's lovely face, the little salt and pepper action popping off, you know?
Yeah, I gotta go to the beard back on.
You gotta go to YouTube/Fan Faces.
Right.
Our episodes are uploaded there every other week. Check them out. We try to keep them short and sweet. All right? Fan Faces, I'm Amadou the Great.
Gators.
Till next
Beat them
time.
dogs.
Till next time, people.